And time to check in with our pal, former SU quarterback Eric Dungey. I think ready to go live in. Are you in the Portland area?
I'm still in Portland. Yep, I'm still back here right now.
Now, is it supposed to be 102 degrees there today?
It was 100 yesterday. Played one round of golf, and I have my neck surgery actually in an hour. So yeah. So that was from actually, believe it or not, Xavier Thomas, Clemson, my senior year. So I'm gonna go get fixed up in about an hour here, and hopefully be good to go.
No kidding. So
you're gonna go? Yeah, you're gonna go in, get it done, and come back home.
Yeah, well, I'll be able to walk out. Should be about 2 to 3 months of recovery, but should be good. So I'm hopeful. Got a great surgeon. Looking forward to it.
So that was from a specific play in the Clemson game, and that's the one that's just kind of been hanging. So what is it, like a disc thing that just needs to be shaved off a little bit or realigned? What?
Oh God!
Actually, 2 discs that need to be replaced. Believe it or not, I always just thought I had like a bad whiplash. It was actually the end of the game. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but Xavier Thomas came off the edge clean and kind of decleated me there. Always thought I just had a little neck pain. Went in, they're like, "Yeah, you need to get 2 discs replaced." So it's been 5 years there, and happily I can go get this taken care of now. But it was definitely not just a little whiplash. It was a little more than that.
Oh wow! Well, speed had it been an issue up till just always kind of nagging in there, or is that what it was?
Definitely always nagging. I always felt, like I said, it always just felt uncomfortable. I always felt like something was wrong. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go get this checked out because it's been, way too many years, and got an MRI, got an x-ray, and found out that surgery was the next step.
Well, I hope it all works out. Well, I'm sure it will. And as you said, you'll be able to walk out of there, and a couple of months from now, you'll be on the golf course again before you know it.
Exactly. That's the goal right there. Get my swing right.
Well, Eric, first we'll just kind of look back last week. I'm sure you watched the game, the win against Ohio. First win under head coach Fran Brown. Now that you've had a little time to digest a little bit and notes that you took watching live, what were your impressions of the game and the team?
Yeah, you know what? I was talking with Brian on our Friday segment, and I said it's not going to be pretty to start. There's definitely going to be some hiccups, and my biggest thing was I wanted to see how this team handled adversity, and what better adversity than to have a deficit early on in the game there. And first half was a little bit rough, but they made some great adjustments at halftime, came out, and they looked phenomenal. Kyle McCord really started to settle in there, and he had a huge second half. Aronde Gadsden, I mean, what a game changer he is. 7 receptions, over 100 yards with a touchdown. It's great to have him back, great to have him healthy. You just see what he does when he's in the game there. Everyone's really focused on him. You got to put your best safety, whatever it is, maybe double coverage. You got to always have eyes on OG. And then guess what happens? Guys like Trevor Pena and another guy that we can have back from injury with 3 touchdowns. It's just really, really cool to see that, everything's coming together. They got over the adversity quick. Obviously, there's still some hiccups there. Got to get rid of some of those discipline fouls and some of those other just mental errors. But this is a team that's really going to start to come together and just going to get better and better throughout the season. They have a bigger test this week with Georgia Tech. We don't know how great Georgia Tech is because it's come to find out Florida State is really not all that. And honestly, Florida State has just not lived up to the hype. But Georgia Tech, they still can run the ball. They've gotten a lot better. One of those programs that, you saw making those strides season after season. So they're hoping to make a big push this year, and they got some confidence early on with 2 big wins. The only thing I really saw defensively for Syracuse was the rushing attack and the rushing defense. You're giving up 250 yards to Ohio and Georgia Tech, who used to be known for running the ball, but they could still run it. I think they put up almost 200 against Florida State, and then another showing of 250, I believe, against Georgia State last week. So, got to make sure that we're more gap sound and everyone's doing their role and making those tackles when we need to, but. Overall, very impressed with how Syracuse came out and responded.
I know Coach Fran, before the game, one of the comments that he made on one of their other shows here on QSportsTalk.com had to do with he was thinking about time management and clock management before the game and how the coaching staff would respond to that. And they had that test early as well as the last drive of the first half. Clock management allowed that final drive and that score heading into halftime to happen. So they passed that test as well.
Oh, definitely. Everything I've seen with Coach Brown, from recruiting, just from the guy he is in the locker room, and now to his to the way he manages a game, it's been impressive. He's checking off all the boxes. Really, really happy that Syracuse has a guy like him. A lot of energy as well. But that's huge. I mean, going into halftime then, and you're able to make those adjustments, but have some momentum. That's a really big step for these guys. It could have been a lot different if they weren't able to put those points up, or if Ohio would have gone down and they got the last score. So again, I think Coach Brown's doing it right. I know the defense will they'll make the correct adjustments, and then offensively, I mean, they were pretty vanilla last week, so they're only going to start to add more and more wrinkles. And you see all the playmakers, and there's probably a plethora of other guys that haven't even stepped up yet to that point. You got some young guys, and as well as some transfers that they want to get their name in the spotlights. Last week it was Rondé and more so Trevor Pena and Kyle, but I think there's going to be some other receivers, and LaPointe hasn't had his big game yet either. The way he runs the ball, the way he catches, I mean, that catch out of the backfield, one hand in the end zone, it's just, when you have a running back that can make those plays, it really opens up your offensive playbook. So I'm just very, very optimistic for this year, and looking forward to watching them tomorrow against Georgia Tech.
Aside from the game, Eric, how about you? How was your summer? This is our first time that we had a chance to chat and get caught up. And was it a year ago that you got married? Like, I knew it was
over a year. So coming up 2-year anniversary already.
Two?
So yeah. It's been good. I've been living right, and I'm very thankful, and I have a great job right now. I've been able to, like I said, play some golf, doing things that try to keep me competitive. And I think the biggest step for me right now is getting the surgery and then attacking my recovery, make sure I'm healthy to go. And I'll be down at the UNLV game this year. I'm going to try to make it back to another Syracuse game at home. So really looking forward to really getting more involved with the community, and trying to do my best, because from COVID and then the years after, it was never the right time. It's not the easiest flight to get from Oregon to New York, upstate especially, but I've done that plenty of times, so I need to make sure I'm out there and can be more facing with the community.
Very good.
Good to hear from you.
Well, Eric, you're 2 years in to your marriage. Gomez is an old pro. His wedding anniversary is tomorrow, of 33 years.
Wow.
So if you ever need advice,
how old are you?
go to that guy.
I'm 28.
28. Oh man. And this is just something with us. It's just kind of funny to have it happen here. But like Coach Fran Brown joins us here, and then at night at Heritage Hill and Voice of the Orange, Matt Park is a part of that, and Coach Fran is on with our other stations down the hall on the K-Rock. This is the first time that the head coach is the youngest person on the call. So it's now like
That's true.
it's becoming. So I'm gonna call it an issue, but even some of the younger guys down the hall are coaches making references to rap artists and lyrics and whatever. That's like that's how it happens, though, Eric. Little at a time, you start kind of like not getting it.
28's pretty close to 30, Eric. I think he's trying to tell you, like, cautionary tale of some sort, Gomez.
I'm pushing it. Yep. I know I'm feeling old. I got to make sure I'm still staying young. I'm going in, getting surgery. Next surgery, people are like, "Oh, what? How old are you really?" Is that why you're asking that?
Eric, listen, thanks. Great to chat. We'll talk again next week. And go Orange, and stay well. And good luck today. I'm sure everything's going to work out fine for you.
Definitely. Thank you, guys. Look forward to speaking with you all season.
All right. Thanks, Eric. That